Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. My name is Alicia Bush, and I'm a registered clinical counselor with Stepping Stones Counselling Group in Kelowna, beautiful British Columbia. And today I was hoping that you and your family can all sit together and we can do a couple art activities. So during this time especially, things can get pretty overwhelming, and these two activities are one of many ways that we can express our emotions and label what's going on for us right now. So my plan today is to go over two different activities. So you will need some scrap pieces of paper. So I have blank paper here. You can use colored paper if that's all you have at home, and I have different colored markers. So while I continue to talk, if you need to go run and grab some crayons, markers, pencil crayons, whatever you'd like to use today, and some paper, so we're ready to get started. So the reason I'm choosing art activities for children is because in my line of work, which I primarily do play therapy, I really get to see how play is the children's words. Play is how they communicate. And that also goes the same for art. So art is an extension of talk therapy, whereas we might not have the words to express what's going on, and art gives us that platform to identify our feelings and really recognize what's going on. So this can be so helpful for self-expression right now, for our self-confidence. And if we do this as a family, this can be really, really good for attachment and relationship building. So this is a nice way of getting to understand the child's inner world, and also for them to understand that adults are feeling overwhelmed and scared right now too. So this is a way you can model that for them. So I hope that everyone in your family can participate today. So it's not just for kids. It'd be really helpful if the whole family did this as well. So the first exercise that I want us to do today is called a feelings heart. So this is a way for us to really check in with ourselves and how we're feeling today. So not necessarily what happened yesterday or what you're looking forward to, just right now in this moment, to check in with ourselves and to see what we're feeling. So if you're all set and you have markers and paper, let's go ahead and start with the first one. So the feelings heart, what I've already did ahead of time was just draw a big heart like this. It's not perfect, nothing is. And then a couple boxes on the side here. So this will kind of be a key or a legend. And what I'll ask you to do is to put in our different feelings here on the side. So it's going to be completely different for everyone. There's no wrong way to do this. There's no right way to do this. It's going to be different for everyone. So that's what it will look like, but I'll go ahead and do it with you. So I'm going to grab a new piece of paper and draw a big heart. Okay, so when everyone's got your heart, and then maybe just put different lines and different boxes, so you can use a different color for a different emotion every time. So this is important to know that quite often we're experiencing way more than one feeling at a time. So right now, even as I present this, I'm feeling a little nervous, but mostly excited. And so a little on edge, a little anxious, and happy. And I feel privileged to be able to share these things with you. So that's a lot of emotions just for this one moment, this one situation right now. So I'd really challenge you to think about all the things that are going on right now. So for me, a really big part of my heart right now, I'm going to now pick another color. I'm going to use blue. And I think I'll use blue for sad. So I'm going to color in the first color. So the first feeling I'm going to do is sad, but please do any feeling that you need right now and any color that you want. And so with everything that's going on right now, it's pretty overwhelming and there's a lot of thoughts I have. I miss being in my office. I miss seeing all the kids I work with. I miss going out to restaurants and socializing with my friends and giving them big hugs. So these are some of the reasons why my heart's going to be pretty blue right now. So what's really nice about this exercise is that although I am talking about everything as I'm doing it, that doesn't have to be the case. It might be nice for everyone to sit in silence and do it and maybe talk about it after. But I think it'll be helpful for everyone in the family to see how we're all dealing with this and what makes them sad or happy during all of it. So a pretty big part of my heart right now is sad because everything that's going on. So I think I'm going to move on to the next emotion. And mom and dad's parents, this is where you can really help that depending on the age of your child, they might not understand what anxious means or what embarrassed means or nervous. So this would be a really good time to talk about different emotions, not just happy and sad and angry, but all these underlying things that actually contribute. Okay, so for my next color, I'm going to do purple. And I think, like a lot of other people right now, I'm pretty scared and worried. So I think I'll do the same color for scared and worried in purple. And it's really normal to be scared right now. So there's so many unknowns. We've never dealt with anything like this before in our life. So it's okay to feel scared right now and to be a little bit worried. But a really big part of that is naming it to tame it. So saying, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm worried about what's going to happen. And that's okay right now. So I'm going to put a pretty big part of my heart and let it be scared and worried right now. I don't know what it's going to look like in the next couple months. But I'm washing my hands and staying inside lots, so I'm feeling safe. Okay. So I'm going to use another color. And I don't know about anyone else out there, but it's also starting to get really frustrating. I'm starting to get pretty angry. I'm like, when are we going to be able to go outside again? When can I socialize with my friends and give everyone a big hug? So my next feeling is frustrated. All of these things are outside of our control. Frustrated and mad. So as I mentioned earlier, mom and dad, if there's any feelings that the kiddos might not understand, this would be a perfect opportunity to talk about what guilty means and how does that feel in your body when you're feeling guilty or frightened. What does it mean to be frightened? What makes you frightened? So this activity is another opportunity to really label feelings and maybe ask them open-ended questions. Oh, wow, I see a lot of purple in yours. What does that mean for you? So I hope that you guys can have fun with this and get to talk about it. So that's what mine looks like so far. Hope everyone's doing okay. So as you can see, I'm already using a lot of different feelings: scared, worried, frustrated, mad, and I'm going to continue here. So everyone's could look different. You can add way more lines if you want, but I'm going to continue on here. My next feeling is, believe it or not, happy. And it's hard to see in yellow. Maybe I'll use orange. Yeah. So there's actually been a lot of good things that's happening right now. I'm pretty happy that I get to spend more time at home with my pets. Do you guys have any dogs or cats out there? And so that's been nice, that I'm happy I get to spend more time with my cat. I get to spend more time reading and doing hobbies like painting that I normally would put aside because I'm so busy. So I'm actually going to put a pretty big part of my heart is going to be orange, which is happy and grateful for what's going on and how I'm feeling right now too. I'm spending more time with my mom. Okay. And my last emotion that I'll do for this one, put it in brown. It's going to be excited. I'm excited for what it's going to look like when this is all over and we get to socialize and spend time with each other again. I'm excited to see my kids back at the office again. I'm excited for my first music concert that I'll be able to attend when this is over. So I hope I wasn't talking too much so you can enjoy your activity, but I am finished with mine. So please pause this and take as much time as you need, individually or as a family, to really sit with yourself and to acknowledge all of the different emotions that are going on right now. So I think it's really important that this exercise shows us is to externalize our emotions, to name it, to tame it. These emotions are here whether we push them down or let them out. So let's let them out. So this is my completed heart. So yeah, pretty sad, but a lot of orange and brown here. I'm happy and excited for what the future is going to bring. So every heart's going to look different. And also this can be used as kind of a tool to check in with your family. You could do this again next week, and I bet every single heart is going to be different with different emotions. So this was our first art activity together. Good job, everybody. And let's move on to the next one. All right, so before we move on to our next activity, I just want to acknowledge, especially to the adults and the caregivers in the room, the benefits of sitting down and doing art with your children. This is one way to enhance your communication as a family. So maybe by doing these art activities or exercises, you get to talk about things that otherwise wouldn't be mentioned maybe as a family. So you really get that deeper level of communication by doing these activities together. It also really allows us to enter our child's world by using metaphors and abstract. That way we can really understand and really meet them where they're at and see their creativity. So it allows us to really get a better sense of our children too. So for our next activity, if we're all set again, we need some more piece of paper. So this is a blank piece of paper. And what I'm going to ask everyone to do is draw a big line right down the middle. So divide your page in two, basically. Okay, so this is pretty simple, and this can take as long as you want. You can put as much detail in it as you want. On one side of your paper, I'm going to ask that you draw what you've been missing since all of COVID started. So maybe missing school, missing playing outside at recess with your friends, all of the things that are making you sad and that you miss right now. So I know this might be hard for caregivers because it's hard to see our children upset or sad. So we want to quickly brush them over or fix that. But in order for that really to be fixed or for them to move on per se, that needs to be acknowledged. So an activity like this is a way for them to get all of those feelings out that are really normal at a time like this. So I'm going to start drawing on that side. But whenever we are finished with that side, our other section of our paper will be for all of the things that we've really enjoyed since COVID has happened and we've had to stay inside with our families. So, funny that she comes here. One thing I've really enjoyed is spending more time with my cat. So I'll definitely be drawing my cat on one side. Hey, Missy. So hopefully you guys have animals or different pets, or maybe some Beanie Babies or stuffies that you've just bought you can put on that side. So a whole bunch of different examples, and it'll be different for everyone. But for right now, all I want to ask is that everyone does the one side that they miss and makes them sad. So we'll start with that side, because it can be harder for us to sit and recognize those harder feelings. So I'm going to start by drawing my old office, or my office that I'll hopefully get back to very shortly, because I really miss that. So I bet some kids are missing a lot of outdoor sports right now, or activities that they used to be in, or summer camps. There's a lot to grieve here, and I don't want to brush over this part, and I really want to acknowledge how much that we've lost individually, as a family, as a society, as a community. We've lost a lot. So make sure your papers reflect some of those things that you're missing. Miss hugs. I'm going to draw a big hug. Eating popcorn at the movie theater. What was the last movie you guys went to? Popcorn. Okay, well, while you finish up or continue, like I mentioned, I don't want you to rush. I think I just want to explain some of the benefits of play therapy and doing activities like this, or simply sitting down with your child and entering their inner world. Activities like this really help express positive emotion. I hope that once you're done an activity that you're feeling a little bit better, you're feeling a little lighter, that you've got some of these things off your chest. So this directly and indirectly teaches children as well to recognize and to process what's happening. So if we don't stop to process all of these feelings, especially right now, they're just going to bubble up. And I definitely can say as adults that that stress can impact us in really, really negative ways. So it's really important to stop and let some of that out and process what's happening for us by doing an activity like this. So I'll continue with my other side a little bit later. I'm going to move on to the happier, what I'm actually really enjoying right now. Like I mentioned, quickly draw my cat. There's a nice creek near my place, so I've been going for walks way more than I would have before, and I'm really, really enjoying that. So I'm going to draw me going for walks on this side. And as a family, once you can all share at the very end, I think this is a beautiful way to enhance empathy. Oh wow, I had no idea you were feeling that way. So this gets children to recognize that everyone's perception is different and to respect other people's feelings and experiences. So this exercise enhances empathy, just as play therapy does. Play therapy really promotes creative problem solving. And it really builds up their self-esteem. And I imagine, hopefully, that they'll be pretty proud of what they've done once we're finished here. So that's going to build up their self-confidence and competence about doing art. So there's so many benefits. I could list them off. But I'm just really glad that on a weekend we're all sitting together. Okay, so I really want to give you time to finish this as a family, so I think I'll end it here. I'm not quite done with my drawing yet. I did it pretty quickly. So this is supposed to be my office, sand tray, all the different figurines, balls. So I miss hugs, popcorn, and going to the movies. But what I'm enjoying is more time with my cat, going for walks near the stream, etc., etc. So I hope you really take the time, because there's a lot of great things that I'm enjoying right now too. So that side's going to be pretty full for me. So I hope this was enjoyable. And I hope I might be able to bounce back on here another time and talk about different art activities. There's so many that you can do, even just drawing a picture of your family. After this, if you guys are still excited to do art, maybe just sit down and we can all do our own picture of our family. I think that's a really good way of seeing how everyone views the family. So nonetheless, I'm very excited about art and different activities. So feel free to Google different activities you can do as a family. But I'm very privileged to share this time with you. And once again, my name is Alicia Bush. I primarily do play therapy, and I'm a clinical counselor at Stepping Stones Counseling Group. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day and weekend.